Hello, everybody. We're back from a little break.
Do you remember us?
Yeah, hopefully we haven't drifted too far into the caverns of your mind, but we're here to rip you right back out to the forefront. Or us, whatever. We're back.
We're back.
Not necessarily scheduled, just kind of how life shook out. But I mean, we're not gonna release two in one day for you, but we're knocking out 2 episodes today for you. That'll hopefully be in front of you in the next week or two.
For sure.
But yeah, in accordance with our current series that we have going on, we are here today to discuss Terrence Malick's The New World, 2006. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. It's.
It's 2005.
2005.
Sorry,
Cool.
I think the extended cut's 2006. That's what I'm thinking of.
We watched some trouble
with the cuts.
We watched just like the theatrical cut, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And this is the interesting. I think there's only 2 cuts. I'm pretty sure.
I'm so glad we didn't watch the.
See, here's the interesting thing. This
glad.
This doesn't make any sense because I've never seen the extended cut either. I've only seen the.
But when you look up The New World, like I guess just Google. Granted, sometimes it's wrong, but it says the movie's like 2 hours and 50 minutes long.
Yeah. I don't know. And the weird thing is, like, I think we're probably all in agreement that like this needs to be trimmed down. Like it's too heavy.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be any longer. And yet all the reviews are like, yeah, the like director's cut, the extended is like way better.
And maybe it is, but like
maybe it is. It's like
I don't know.
But even those reviews are like, yeah, it's still too long, but it's also like more of Malick's stuff, kind of, which I guess makes sense. But yeah. I've still never seen it.
How long has it been since you most recently watched this?
Oh,
have you only seen it the one time?
Yeah, it's at least been like a year and a half, probably 2 years.
For any viewers who are, I don't know, I can't imagine who would be following along watching the Malick filmography along with the series, but I think one time is plenty for The New World. This isn't.
I do want to rewatch.
Not to disparage the man, but
it's a little long, and it is. I think it would be a little demeaning to call it a snooze fest, but
no.
It's a little slow. It's not the most
a little dry.
It's not the most enticing thing to put on at like 3 p.m.
But it's gorgeous though. There are some.
Yeah.
It definitely has its merits. It definitely has its merits.
No, so. I wouldn't even say I like lean negative towards the movie, but
let's
like
not
it's
on it too much.
I'm not trying to dunk on it too. I'm not trying to dunk on it too hard. Like it is another well-made movie from our man, but at the same time, this is a Pocahontas movie by Terrence Malick. And I feel like that's all I need to say. It's a very bizarre pairing.
And he excluded the music, which was the best part of the Disney feature. So he's already...
Hey, the music in this is pretty good, bro.
oh, that's true. The horn score is nice.
The horn score is good.
And the original music from the Disney 90s
sure.
feature.
I mean, I don't think he probably wanted to use that.
That'd be cool, though, if they broke into song.
I prefer Wagner.
Yeah. I don't think there was any Wagner in this one. Was there?
Yeah.
What? Let me check.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
Essentially, so the two uses of classical music in The New World are Wagner's Das Rheingold, which I can't remember. I don't know if either of y'all remember where that was placed. And then I do remember the Mozart Piano Concerto number 23. But yeah, this also says, again, AI overview. So please, I don't know. This might be on me for not doing my own research, but like I'm going to approach this
I'm
like
pretty
this
sure
is
that's
true.
correct.
But this apparently says that Horner was frustrated that he felt like the rug was pulled from him, pulled under his feet, and that much of the work that he did in composing an original score for this was replaced by the classical music that Malick inserted into the film. And Mason, you likened this to which of the leads in this? Oh, Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, Christopher Plummer. Yes. And this is something. I mean, we can talk about this a little bit more later, but this is something that you see, and I mean, this happened to Zimmer on Thin Red Line. It's a recurring thing where the composers are giving him 30, 40, 50 hours of music, and he's using 30 minutes.
It's worse in Zimmer's camp because the dude, he literally housed Malick. and then Malick's like,
it's definitely worse.
I might not use this.
Thanks for the free reading.
Literally.
I'm out.
I'm gonna put some of the Geometry Dash music here.
That's his. Malick's got like a little plan with with someone on the team where he's like he gets free housing from them in exchange for false promises.
Yeah, he's a squatter. Yeah. Or he's a freeloader.
He really likes that. Yeah. No, he likes that. I think it helps his creative juices. Well, he's not a con man.
Yeah, he's robbed us of a film. I mean, he's been on the edit, quote unquote, for a better part of a decade.
Well, that is true, but he also went on a 20+ year hiatus. So
sounds like con man activity to me. Listen,
maybe he's just. I feel like it's not out of the realm of possibility that he's being replaced by like a different version of himself every time he like goes.
That was like Mickey 17, where he used to kill the clone.
Malick 17.
Exactly. Yeah.
What'd you say? Malick 17. Yeah, very good. Very.
Now that's
good.
something I would watch. That's something I would watch. Yeah. So just in terms of the like. The making of, to preface, there's not, I mean, obviously it's no Thin Red Line and it's no Tree of Life. But he did start writing this screenplay, which again,
that's crazy.
Screenplay doesn't mean much for Malick because he didn't even really end up using it, but he was writing this during Badlands.
Wow.
Oh, whoa.
So this was 30+ years
that's crazy.
in the making, similar to Tree of Life. He just gets ideas and then refines them over 30, 40 years, I suppose. I don't know. I think he likes doing that. But, yeah, it was met with less critical success than Thin Red Line. Did more poorly at the box office than Thin Red Line. Just one Oscar nomination for Lubetzky.
Nice.
Yeah,
which is
that's
fair, I guess.
For sure. Or deserved.
And then the most important thing about The New World is Malick and Lubetzky like literally devised a new visual style, and
during this film
they based this on a.
This was
during this film that they found that
was their first movie together.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is their first movie together, and they made a list of rules.
Oh, interesting.
That they would follow in this movie and
the
here
Malick
on
New
out.
Wave,
and they didn't follow. They didn't follow all of these like perfectly, but here's the rules. Number 1, no artificial lights.
Okay.
Everything's natural.
That checks out.
Difficult.
No, yeah.
Can't imagine.
Number 2, no crane or dolly shots, just handheld or Steadicam
That
shots.
also checks out.
That's ridiculous.
3, everything is shot in the subjective view. 4, all shots must be deep focused. That is, everything foreground and background is visible and focused. 5, the camera crew are encouraged to go and shoot unexpected things that might happen on accident if an instinct tells you so.
That's cool. That's a lot of freedom. That is so much freedom.
Basically just like
these are like official rules
then,
from the Malick manual.
Yes, Malick and Lubetzky like wrote down 6 rules, and those are 5, and then the last one is selective shots. Any shot that does not have visual strength is not used.
You know what that reminds me of? Actually,
then,
that list of rules, it like visually that kind of brings to mind how Nickel Boys was approached actually in Ramel Ross's, especially in the subjectivity of like what is shown, and that's super interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, there's Malick's influence right there.
I don't think it's any mistake that Ross like loves Malick, and he probably really likes this film. You know what I mean? But yeah, Lubetzky went on to say that a lot of these were broken. Like there's like 1 or 2 scenes in The New World that have artificial lights, but for the most part, these were all followed, and this is where you start getting into the. I mean, the editing style has always kind of been there. It starts getting a little bit more extreme in this and Tree of Life, but like visually, I feel like this is the breaking point, and then everything after this is like very just.
It's interesting that you say that, because I do think that there's some sort of continuity or through line between the visuals of the Thin Red Line and the New World. I don't think they look terribly different in how they're shot, which is interesting. So maybe that's just
I don't think they
Malick,
look terribly different.
if like that's his vision, or if just he's able to communicate his like what he sees well, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much of the director's vision you see in the shots, like what that is director versus cinematographer. I don't know the ratio to that, but that would make me more inclined to think that like Malick is a larger, like he has a huge impact on like what gets shot and like how stuff looks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. And I mean Thin Red Line and New World basically all outside. Like in like Knight of Cups and like To the Wonder and stuff, there's like church scenes, and I mean you see this in Tree of Life. There's like indoor scenes that like are shot like naturally as well with natural light, and that's like pretty weird.
That scares me. I just feel like being on production. I don't know. That'd be exciting if you're great at your job, but like that just seems so difficult.
Oh yeah, I mean it's very hard. I mean that's why a lot of people like just don't want to work with Malick. It's understandable.
Okay.
I mean that's basically the
most important thing about this movie is that we got the Malick and Lubezki team up, and this kind of gets the ball rolling on late Malick.
It gets the ball rolling. I mean, you see, visually, like in terms of continuity breaks. I mean, again, Thin Red Line, there's continuity breaks and stuff, but going forward, it's just let's push it a little bit more. Let's make it a little bit more extreme. You know.
This is interesting that you bring that up, because something that gets talked a lot in music spaces, at least, and especially in like, well, not even just classical music. I know jazz, like as it pertains to like Miles Davis' son, but it like late style, and like I guess the direction that an artist chooses to pivot towards as they enter the like waning years of their career. And sometimes you see some like really interesting stuff, and that's just I think it's I don't know, it's just interesting to consider that Malick, if we call this the turning point, that he's been in his so-called late style for 20 years. Yeah, which is a good portion of time. But
I mean, which it's weird to think about, because he is like
unless
80
you
now.
think there's
so he is
unless you think
old.
there's a better point later in his filmography to like break it off. But
I mean, it's not late in terms of like the amount of movies. It's late in terms of like the time period. 'Cause it's like, you know,
late, but also like
years.
Stylistically, like because Badlands was definitely his own thing.
I mean, I think that you could. Yeah. I think that in my mind, there's always been. I guess the delineation could come after the 20-year hiatus, but for me, it's like the New World is the bridge between old stuff, new stuff. But you could certainly make that. You could maybe make it after Tree of Life, because Tree of Life is still kind of New Worldy, and then after that, you have the Love trilogy, which is like where he makes all the films really fast back to back, and then obviously his last film, A Hidden Life. A Hidden Life is basically just a New World, except more emotionally. I don't know, deep. Like it's just it's a much better film in my opinion.
It's also.
Which is why this one I just kind of overlooked.
It's also like a bridge in the sense that like there's still like kind of a narrative. I mean, it's based off Pocahontas, so like there's a clear like structure to follow. So even though like there's continuity breaks and a lot of like weird deviations, it's still you can still follow along
for sure.
Yeah, I do think that like most people, once they get to this point, like. I would say most people are like Thin Red Line, little weird, kind of philosophical, not a typical war movie, but they can handle it. I feel like around here is when people kind of start to bump up against the style and stuff, and it's like
go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say like I don't know. I didn't find myself like bumping up against like the style per se, like because I've like grown to like appreciate it, but I was bumping up against like him choosing Pocahontas. Like I just think this pairing makes little to no sense in my eye. I understand it's like fascinating to him, but I think just as a viewer, I just didn't really get much from it.
It seems like just the least. I mean, it's loosely based on historical events, but like it seems like the least Malick script he could pick out of like quote unquote historical, not historical fiction, but like based on historical events type stuff. And even then, it relies so heavily on like events and narrative and people and characters that like that seems almost like anti-Malickian. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think another reason why you could say this is like the bridge is I feel like he just made this just for like the visual, like the aspect of the film, which is like probably not a good reason to like try to make a Pocahontas story because you kind of need the story. Like Tree of Life, that's not really a problem because it's basically just an autobiography. But like Thin Red Line still has like Thin Red Line is a story. Like
definitely.
There's like there's stakes and tension.
And this is a story. Yeah, this is a story, but it's kind of just like I feel like he was just kind of like, all right, we kind of already have the story. Like Disney already did it. Let me just make some of the best shots of nature ever, which is like fine. I mean,
it almost feels kind of like something he's like checking off and like not something he's like very like interested in or invested in. Because you'll get like Christopher Plummer like talking for maybe 30 seconds, and then we randomly cut to the forest, and we're gonna chill in the forest for 5 minutes.
I think he might have some beef with Christopher Plummer or something because bro cut out like all of his monologues. That's why Plummer was so mad.
It's interesting that you say that. I don't know if like. Y'all said that Malick just enjoyed Pocahontas, like the story, or I guess the Disney movie. Is that?
Well, that's what Mason said.
Yeah, and it's also weird because he's apparently he was writing this script for 30 some odd years.
Predate
so you would think that he has a stake in this, and he has like he cares about this. But
do you know if the scripts are floating around out there? Do you know if the scripts are floating around out there? On the internet?
I mean, I don't know. I doubt it.
I would just be curious to kind of see how different it is.
Oh, interesting. So you don't?
Yeah, they're probably they might be out there.
Do you think this? That's a good question, actually. It brings up a good point. Do you think these came in the like? Do you think the changes came in the form of a revised script, or was this like during production? I guess it was in the edit too, where he lost a lot of stuff. But like, how? Were changes made to the original scripts that Plummer saw? Were there any frustrations there, or was everything like post production where the problems sort of arise?
Yeah, I mean, I think for Plummer's end, it's certainly post production because they filmed. I think the Thin Red Line, everyone's like, Adrian Brody got cut out of the film. No, I think that he just wasn't filmed as much. Like I think Malick had made up his mind that they were going to go with Jim Caviezel. During production of the Thin Red Line. I think for this, he shot it. I mean, I couldn't tell you how closely he shot because obviously he loves improv and stuff. But I would say that he probably shot somewhat close to the script, and then in post, everything gets cut up, which is kind of par for the course for him. And then Christopher Plummer, he's going in to the the screening, and he's told this story, but he's got like 5 or 6 big monologues, and he's like, man, like I did so well in those scenes, and then there's like none of them. None
he's got
of them
his grandchild in his lap. He's like, my I'm coming up right here.
Just wait, it's coming up.
Yeah.
He goes, watch it.
No, it's like 2 hours later.
The DiCaprio meme.
It's a shot of the Potomac River with just herons flying overhead, and he's like, just keep waiting.
He goes, are we really cutting back to birds and trees again?
That's funny. Okay, well, you teased it so much. Why don't you talk about some of the Christopher Plummer stuff? Because I feel like that's the meat and potatoes.
Well, I mean,
that's kind of the...
I mean, I basically said everything. I think that there's an actors round table
Oh yeah,
I don't
I've
know
seen
if
that.
you all have seen this video.
Clooney was there,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
were talking about. He was talking about the Thin Red Line.
Yeah, exactly. And,
Interesting.
yeah, and Clooney's there, and he's like, yeah, I was like gonna be in the Thin Red Line like way more, and then he was like, I was glad I didn't. And everyone like around the round table like greatly respects Malick, and Plummer does too. Plummer was like, he has like some of the best cinematography I've ever seen, but he was like, the way that like he went about cutting me out of the film, he didn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think that's completely
Basically,
fair.
like he would have rather not filmed the scenes than be cut out, which is like that's fair. I mean, he's not in the wrong. I just think that like there's reports that like even Plummer like on his deathbed was saying like, yeah, like I still don't like it. Like, you know, that's like he just held a grudge, and he's like, I'll never
had to throw one out before the buzzer.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes hand in hand with the Horner stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in an interview, Horner said that Malick loved his score but had no clue about what to do with it. He concluded that working with Malick was, quote, the most disappointing experience I've ever had with a man. And that, quote, I never felt so let down by a filmmaker in my life.
By a man.
So he was hot, man.
That is brutal.
I think that there's something to be said about, like, I think he gets so many really, just good, creative people, and they get so invested and they're so excited because they're working with like such like one of the best American auteurs of all time, and then their work gets cut out. I mean, I would probably have very strong feelings about that as well.
I feel like if you worked with Malick and then it got cut out, you would be pretty.
No, exactly,
That's a very
dude.
natural response. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense, but I don't think Malick is like, ooh, let me like spite this guy. He's just like Malick's always doing what he thinks is best for his film, and ultimately it's his decision. He is the auteur. Like, I
wonder how much probably not that much, but I wonder how much people come into consideration with the decisions that he makes. Like, is he aware of the manner in which this is going to affect the relationship between him and like the people that he's working with?
Yeah, no.
And the question
I'm
is,
sure
does he care?
I don't think that
like, if the art comes first, then he might not care.
Yeah.
Or he just sees it as a sacrifice that he's willing to make.
Well, I think that's an interesting discussion just about.
Or does he just not really care about people if they
and filmmaking? Like, I think that he probably cares, but like if you had to break off a friendship to make a 30-year piece of like film, like artwork, whatever, be better. I don't know. I mean, also, it's not like him and Horner like go way back.
I'm just wondering if this is something like a decision that he labors over, or if he's someone that just really doesn't like is kind of just more like, yeah, I'll cut it out.
I don't think he's like stone cold and he's like whatever's best for the film. I don't see him as
I'm
putting this out.
I just imagine him as more detached, like, we'll just cut it there, or kind of like flighty or a little bit spacey.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, it's basically impossible to like know because we just don't know like anything about him. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how difficult it is for him to make those decisions, or if he's just kind of like, well, this will be good, or if he's like, oh, Christopher, he's just gonna kill me,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he does say. I mean, Horner says that Malick said that it was like some of the best music he's ever heard. Like he loved the score, so at least he like gave him his flowers. But he basically was just teeing him up to hit him down. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really this stuff's like really interesting. All the create like the background scene stuff for these kind of movies. Like this is not a very interesting movie. It's just like if you sat down and watched this, you'd be like,
it's a
whatever.
purely visual experience.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and then you sit down and you're like, oh, they did ADR for like 99% of the film.
Yep. Oh yeah, some of the ADR was
like
it's so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
No, remember like there was like that
long.
fight in the village scene. Do you remember that scene? The fight in the village. Some of that ADR was not good.
I'm trying to find I'll try to find my review. See if I said anything about the ADR.
I know that you said the editing was doo-doo.
Exact quote.
Because I read it this morning. That is an exact quote.
I believe he's right. Let me see. Is it 2005? Ah, here it is. Ah, yes. Okay. What did I say here? How do I show my activity? I reviewed it. Where is this? Reviews. Oh, okay. Yeah. I said it looks good. It did not need an extended cut. I was ready for it to end, and the editing was doo-doo. Yep. Oh, and that I enjoyed some of the Horner stuff. Yeah, so.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair, yeah. But I think I think viewing this in the wider landscape of his films is certainly interesting. And I think that all the kind of, like, quote-unquote drama and, like, background stuff that's going on during all of his films and like during the post-production stuff is really
one of the things that intrigues me the most actually is how I don't want to say cinephiles, but just people who are like sort of casuals about going to see movies and stuff, because Pocahontas I feel like we'll get some butts in seats, and so I just wonder how the general populace interacts or engages with Malick, especially with a familiar story like Pocahontas. Like what is the impression that this leaves on people when they go to see a movie about Pocahontas and they leave after the New World rolls credits?
What
are they thinking?
Okay, this doesn't have to do with Pocahontas, but this is the true anecdote from my dad. So my dad, when The Tree of Life was coming out, he saw the trailer. Online, and the trailer uses Desplot's music, which isn't in the movie, apparently. And my dad.
Yeah, this happens
my
again.
dad saw the trailer and he heard the music, and he was blown away by the music, and he was like, "I'm gonna go see this because the music." And he went and saw it, and he was like, the music wasn't there, and he was like disappointed. So
yeah, I mean that's
a great analogy.
I think that I even like you see, Tree of Life won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, but even for cinephiles and great like film scholars, they walk out of Tree of Life like when it debuted at Cannes, they're just like, what is this crap? Like, this sucks. So I would say the average person going to see The New World in a cinema is probably falling asleep or being like, what is this editing? Why does this make no sense?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that confusing. It's not Night of Cups by any means. But
it's never confusing. It's just like choppy.
It's quite choppy. It's some of the continuity stuff is just not together at all. Like,
well, that's only going to get worse. You better strap in because his films after. I mean, I'm sure you all remember Tree of Life. That's pretty choppy, and then the Love Trilogy is just.
I think Tree of Life is done really well, though. Like it's.
Oh, I mean,
this felt almost like undisciplined, is how I'd characterize like the editing.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, man.
I understand like where you're coming from. Certainly, undisciplined might not be the right word, but
it was confusing.
It felt almost like a mistake or like something they didn't catch, rather than a stylistic decision. Whereas in the Tree of Life,
maybe.
I
also think that
it feels way more like a choice.
Even if you don't like the editing in Tree of Life, you could maybe watch it and be like, okay, I could see why he chose to cut to this or why he stitched it together that way. With the New World, there's edits where you're left confused. Like, why did he do that?
Like, yeah.
But there is.
Well, Colin Farrell's gonna like walk past the same tree 8 times. You're like, why is this happening? It's that type of thing. It's not like cutting to a bird. It's like.
Yeah, but there is a lot of that in here, the cutting to a bird and stuff. And one of the Lubezki Malick rules: selective shots. Any shot that does not have visual strength is not used. So I guess in their minds,
Christopher Plummer's not that strong. His scenes were not that great.
Negative aura.
Well, his monologues aren't.
There was no visual strength, so he had to go.
I can tell you that.
He had the checklist in it. Malick had the checklist in his hand while he's watching he's watching the playback. He's like, "This isn't gonna work. It's got to go."
So I'm just reading some more.
What was the budget?
Oh, I saw that. I saw it this morning. I think I'm pretty sure it lost money.
I can't imagine. But like just getting those ships, I don't know how. Like that looked expensive.
That's insane.
I mean, they looked great, looked incredible, but
it wasn't. I don't think it was like that. Yeah, the budget estimated to be about $30 million.
It's reasonable.
Which is interesting. I mean, weapons is like 45, just to put it in comparison.
Oh wow.
I mean, I know.
I didn't know that weapons was that high.
Well, but see, that's not even that high. I mean, it is, but I mean, yeah, Barbarian. Well, we don't have to get into weapons yet, but Barbarian's budget was like $3 million.
That's crazy,
which is insane.
That's amazing
for it to be that good. Yeah. But yeah, budget $3 million, gross worldwide $30 million budget, gross worldwide $50 million. So yeah, it probably lost money because marketing and a bunch of other stuff. You usually at least have to make like 2.5 times is kind of the golden rule. So, name me a Terrence Malick movie that has made
probably
money.
In the red.
There's not many.
That's unfortunately.
And yet he's still just getting blank checks.
Yeah.
It's insane. I mean, you got to commend him for that, man.
He's got the sauce.
I also think that Kilcher, the actress that plays Pocahontas, she was 13 when they started filming this, which is
what? Really sticking true to the source material.
Yeah.
Sorry, 14, and she was 15 when it came out.
Wow.
Which, yeah, I guess he really wanted to stick to the source material because Pocahontas, when she actually met John Smith, was between the ages of 10 and 13, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Would have been nice if Malick cast someone who was of age, considering that there's a romance aspect to this, but
Yep. Yeah. I think that was this was a little bit. This was no birth situation. Don't get me wrong, but there was a little bit of like drama around like, oh, this isn't appropriate. No birth though. No birth situation.
Birth is so good. I need to watch it again.
It didn't get banned and stuff. You know.
I'm not watching movies unless they get banned.
No bathtub scene.
That would be awful. Terrence Malick in the bathtub.
Malick's version.
With the ship.
God. Bro would have to like open up the windows for like only natural light and stuff. Yeah, him shooting like a nude bathtub scene is just scary to think about. Because it's just like
it'd probably just be shots.
Know, like,
it'd be shots under
just
the bathtub, like face upwards towards the ceiling.
We do see. I mean, I will say there is
light reflection.
I mean, there's nudity in Night of Cups and Song of Song. So I mean, we'll get to that. I mean, I think the way that he shoots it's like is like pretty, if you could even say it. Like I don't know, but
he'd have the camera be next to the rubber duck,
very natural,
like going along the water, and it dives up and down. It's like woo woo.
I will say, obviously, Bale returns for Night of Cups, and he is in Song to Song as well. Bale is someone that like really likes working with Malick, which I think is cool. I think he really likes Malick doesn't ever rehearse. Christian Bale has interviews where he's like, yeah, like when you tell Malick like you're not ready to shoot a scene, like he starts rolling the camera.
Interesting.
And I think like Bale like really likes that. Because I feel like Bale's the type of person to like always want to be like on his feet, He
probably sees it as a challenge or like a
absolutely.
Oh,
because I'm sure like artistically, a lot of I mean, if you're making the new Jurassic World and you're in that, you're probably just going through the motions like half asleep, just memorizing. Yeah, but like when you're with Malick, you're like, oh man, what's this guy gonna do? He's crazy. He's gonna cut me out of the film. He's gonna shoot me when I
could be the main character
taking a restroom break. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Wait. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Sorry. So, more Christopher Plummer stuff. He revealed in a 2020 interview that he went to great lengths to write Malick a letter about his experience.
Ooh. What were the contents of the letter?
Quote, he said, quote, he being Malick, he insists on writing and overwriting until it sounds terribly pretentious. You have to work terribly hard to make it sound real, and then he edits his films in such a way where he cuts out everyone out of the story.
So wait, Plumber was saying it was pretentious, like overriding. Interesting.
Oh yeah, which is weird. Like I don't understand the overriding claim. I do understand the pretentious claim. This is something that comes up every 2 seconds when you talk about Malick. It's like
I don't read it as pretentious. I don't think that was that one of the buzzwords that we used during our discussion of Tree of Life?
No. Originally,
it might have been.
Probably. We might have to go back. But when you like, if you get on like go to like To the Wonder Night of Cups on Letterboxd, like you're gonna see people just talking about like what is this slop? It's pretentious. Like he's gone way too far. Like he has too many resources and no one's telling him to stop. This is the claim that like Wes Anderson's getting a lot, where it's like, well, his style has overtaken everything and no one's stopping him.
But I don't think
pretentious.
I think that's
it's self-indulgent.
Yeah, I don't
if
think
anything,
I don't
not necessarily pretentious.
I don't think it's pretentious. I think that's that's like admirable.
Okay, what is pretentious in filmmaking then? Like I'm trying to identify it.
I think it's like smug.
I'm sorry, not to hate on that movie again, but
I would agree. Yeah,
a little.
I think that people. I will say, like, when I say that people are saying like Knight of Cups is pretentious, I'm not saying that I would say that. I'm saying that I think people misuse that word a lot in filmmaking, or any artistic thing. I think people see or listen in case of music like anything a little bit avant-garde and they say pretentious. And it's like that's not really the
generally
right word
something that people say
cases.
when they haven't quite spent enough time with something.
Yes.
I think it's okay to label something as pretentious if you really, really know it. If you've done your due diligence and you are familiar, I think knowing the rest of the artist's work too, like understanding in the context of what they've done before is important too. But if you have there are occasions when you can label something as pretentious, I think, but usually it's preemptive.
I think the substance is like, hey, I think the substance is low-key kind of trying to impress people.
It's just,
like a bunch of old, like, Kubrick shots and stuff, which is like, I mean, that's just my opinion. But I think that like calling Knight of Cups pretentious, I think it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I don't think he's trying to impress anyone. I think he's just trying to do his own thing, which I would say you're right, Jacob. That would be if you want to call him self-indulgent.
Yeah, Malick is very indulgent.
Pretentious is like smug, and like none of this is smug. You can't be a recluse and be pretentious. That's oxymoronic.
Attempting to impress by affecting greater importance, talent, or culture. That's what the definition is.
This isn't a knock on quality at all. But if anything's gonna be pretentious, it's The Brutalist. The Brutalist is pretentious. In its tone.
Yes, it is.
In its tone.
I'm not talking
about its execution of anything. Like it looks amazing.
It is. And there are many movies that are pretentious.
Tarantino, just as a guy, is like the definition of pretentious.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he is. But that's not always a bad thing. Like I don't think that's a bad thing for The Brutalist. In some aspects, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing for the substance, but I think it takes it a little too far. In my personal
if your movie's weird, it's not pretentious. Okay? Like
I'm reading some Reddit reviews of The New World. Terrence Malick makes films for people who rail Adderall throughout a 3-hour movie. That's nice.
I don't feel like Adderall makes sense much in that with Malick's vibe.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Malick is definitely like the Percocet or like codeine where you're just kind of like like
Zoloft,
half asleep. Yeah, no, seriously, some sedative.
Like antidepressants. Yeah, like antidepressants.
Yeah, codeine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else. I think just in terms of the movie overall, I do think it's like very solid. Not really one that I think about much at all, but it's still good. In my opinion, I don't think he's ever missed.
That's fair.
So I wouldn't say this is a poor movie or bad.
Maybe
movie.
a better.
I think just.
Go ahead. No. I was gonna say something stupid. So you.
Well, I was just gonna say, at least just the visual aspect of it, enough
it's
enough
gorgeous.
to get a movie ticket.
Yes.
Right? Like I don't. Yeah. So.
And like we didn't spend much time on that because it's almost just a matter of fact at this point that like Malick's films are going to look amazing, and to try and describe it is kind of like not a fantastic use of time, and the best way to appreciate it is to go watch it.
I do think it's going to be very fun when we talk about, like, it's very easy to say Thin Red Line, New World, Tree of Life, they look so good, because they do. Mm-hmm. It's Lubeski, it's Malick, they're in nature. It looks amazing. It's a lot harder to say To the Wonder looks amazing when he's shooting shots of, like, a Taco Bell in the Midwest. That's when it gets a little bit harder to defend.
Okay, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. So that'll be that'll be interesting.
I was gonna say maybe the best comparison to like a drugged experience of like watching Malick is like coming out of anesthesia. I feel like that would be like so disorienting. Like just trying to follow what was going on.
Yeah.
You're like, got your wisdom teeth removed, you gauze in your mouth, you're bleeding.
Yeah.
Can you imagine watching Tree of Life after that? Oh my gosh, dude.
You see the dinosaurs. You're like, what is going on?
You're like, dude, why is there a Leviathan in a Texas movie?
Well, that's it. That's
all I got.
The New World. I don't know. I think we covered the bases. We got like, what, almost 50 minutes of...
I think we squeezed all the juice out of the new...
That's way longer.
Squeeze as much juice out of this as we can.
More than I anticipated, to be quite honest.
It's just, hey, we're
making up for last time.
Getting the train ready for Tree of Life.
That's gonna be awesome.
Because I feel like that's gonna be a big.
I'm excited. Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't turn into the first discussion we had.
I doubt it will.
Although that was actually a really good discussion.
That
was actually a really good discussion. Yeah, that was a good discussion.
Okay. If we feel like we're done, does anybody want to take it? Any closing thoughts? If not, someone can see us out. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Me? Okay, I'll take it. Okay. Roll that outro music.